you will only attract a relationship or a person that reflects back to you what you believe you deserve. Today, we're going to be going into the 5 things you must do to attract love into your life. These are things that I've had to do that. And it was some of it which were things that I kind of knew about, but some of them are hidden. So I think out of this podcast, what you're going to get is kind of a look into some of the shadow and some of the things that we may be unaware of that may be blocking us from actually attracting love into our life. And these are the things and the kind of the patterns over the last 6 months that I've been working with. And it's been a game changer. I feel like these last 6 to 8 months, I've for sure gone through a form of masculine initiation. And a lot of that meant letting go of old patterns. I've shared what they do in tribes before that I've learned. And one thing they do when a boy is becoming a man in the tribe is once the boy becomes of a certain age, maybe it's like a teenager, they strip the boy from its mom, and the boy thinks that it's actually a real scenario when it's actually enacted. And what they do is they strip the boy from the mom, and he goes on a vision quest or goes through a couple weeks of believing that he's kidnapped, having to do all these crazy things in the woods and nature, having to survive. And basically, if you think about it, what that is that is a shift in identity. It's a shift in identity. They then have this one identity of I am a mama's boy. My mom takes care of me. They strip it, and it's a very harsh way to strip that identity, but from them actually going through a process of one, cutting the mother wound, cutting the attachment to the mom and the reliance on the mom. Once they cut that, then what happens is they start wiring in, and they're really letting go of their old version of themselves, and then they start wiring in a part of them that's able to protect or provide or be grounded and do these tasks. I've heard them do things like they draw a circle in the ground and some hill, and they can't leave for 3 days or something. They got to pee there, they got to shit there. Sounds intense, but these things I think are forms of they're forms of permission slips for letting go. I have all this hair. One sec. I do have a lot of hair now. But they have all of this permission slips for them to shift their identity and to really let go of the old. And over the last 6 to 8 months, I've been letting go of my own attachment to caring what other people think. That was kind of keeping me in a little people pleaser box. My attachment to ex-girlfriends or different codependent patterns that developed from childhood. That was keeping me in an energy pattern that was repelling love. There's a certain energy of attracting love, and a lot of it has to do with your own alignment to yourself and not trying to control something that can't be controlled. Think about it. Attracting love is something that you cannot control. It's love is a natural happening, and trying to control it is trying to infuse ego on it, which always ends up in resistance. That's why a lot of times when people are trying to attract love, once they let go of trying to attract love at all, it comes because they've loosened up the resistance to it. And I had a friend recently. They're I just want to be single. I don't want to be in a relationship, blah, blah, blah. And 2 weeks later, they're in one. And it's because I think they let go of all that pressure or the desire. And remember, desire means lack. So there's a certain energy dynamic that comes with attracting love. And it has to do with also understanding, I think the most important piece is identity. It's identity of how you see yourself and realizing that you will only attract a relationship that is equal to what you believe you deserve. I'm going to say that again. You will only attract a relationship or a person that reflects back to you what you believe you deserve. So for me, I realized that I was attracting a pattern of emotionally unavailable women because when I was a kid, I felt like I had emotional unavailability because my mom was going through a lot of stuff when I was a kid. I was like 1, her dad died. And in that moment, I felt like I craved certain types of my needs being met, but it wasn't there. And that felt normal to have somebody that I was trying to prove myself to, that I was trying to fix. And what happened is that pattern ended up staying in my life, and I would attract women that had some type of masculine wound, mainly because I also had a mother wound with my ex-stepmom. It was very common, too, for me to attract women that had dads that cheated on their mom, which I found interesting. So it was like the woman that I would attract had like a trust issue or like a trust wound. And then I had the ex-stepmom wound of having like an abusive stepmom that was emotionally manipulative and physically manipulative. But it's very interesting the way this dynamic has played out because that was something I always attracted. Attracting love really is about letting go of the old, maybe codependent patterns, maybe the old attachment style, whether that's anxious or avoidant. We'll talk a little bit about that. Letting go of the beliefs that we have that say we're not worthy. I'll share with you the biggest block too in this episode that has been a game changer. And I think it's the block that almost everyone has that when you release, it changes everything. I'll explain that as well. But it's letting go and it's wiring in. It's wiring in things that may be uncomfortable. What I realized is the emotional unavailability that I would attract in women was a direct reflection of what I believed I deserved. I didn't deserve somebody that was emotionally available, that could easily give so that I could receive love. But there was a part of me that didn't feel comfortable receiving that kind of love because it was unfamiliar for somebody to love me or to treat me that way. That's the biggest game changer when it comes to understanding emotional unavailability. If we're attracting emotionally unavailable partners, there may be a part of us that is not used to or familiar. Our nervous system isn't used to having someone that treats us with that kind of love or respect or attention. Once I became aware of that, I was like, okay, I need to open up more. Emotionally unavailable people that, like, when you're attracting emotionally unavailable people, it's normally because you are emotionally unavailable at some level, or you are afraid of it and you don't even know it, or your nervous system wouldn't know how to respond, so it's the unknown, so it feels safer to attract women that aren't, or men that aren't as much of a threat. So that's been a very interesting thing. Now, before we get too deep in this episode, I want you guys to know that if you want to release love blocks, if you want to let go of your old identity, if you want to learn how to let go of an ex so you can allow something else into your life, if you want to let go of codependent patterns, or if you feel like you're an anxious or avoidant attachment style and you want to become more secure and you want to develop truly magnetic energy that allows love in easier than ever and helping you to feel worthy and helping you to not attract the same patterns over and over again. And if you want to practically know step by step how to do this, we are doing the 21-day Magnetic Love Challenge starting on July 1st to July 21st. For 21 days, I'm going to be going live with experts as well. I'll be bringing on experts, including my shadow work integration coach, who I haven't ever shared on my channel. He's someone I've been working with for months now that's really transformed my life. We'll be answering questions. We'll be going through different processes. Each day will be a different theme. And then there's going to be a community group that you go through to post the accountability parts of it. So this isn't just watching YouTube videos. This is having and doing live videos on how to become more magnetic, how to let go of love blocks, and then exactly step by step what to do to wire in the new identity and let go of the old. And then accountability with a group and a tribe of people that are on the same path of becoming more magnetic. And it's like the 21-day Raise Your Vibration Challenge that we've done before. It's that kind of structure with completely specific videos and content on attracting love. So it's that niche. It's like that vein of what we're going to be doing. And this is something that starts on July 1st to July 21st. This episode will go out when you can actually register and enroll for it, because right now, if you join, you'll also get 2 other bonuses. One of the bonuses is a attachment style Q&A plus a regular Q&A with my friend Matt Schaefer, who's a dating and relationship coach. And you will also get a bonus with Doug, my shadow work integration coach. And it'll be on masculine and feminine energy, healing masculine wounds, and feminine wounds so that you can polarize and understand polarity in a new way. And you get both of those bonuses if you join Right Meow. And all you got to do is go to aarondoughty.com/love. That's AARONDOUGHTY.com/LOVE. And you can get and join right now at the cheapest price you will see the challenge plus those 2 bonuses. And I'm super excited to do this. I've never gone live 21 days in a row. And this is something that, because I've actually manifested it in my life, maybe I'll do a separate episode about that one day. But I feel like now is the time for like explaining what I did step by step. I'll explain some of that in this episode. But if you want to learn that, 21-day challenge is now open for enrollment. And you just go to aarondoughty.com/love. There'll be thousands of us going through the process. And if you're not able to make the live videos, by the way, a lot of people have been asking this. If you're not able to make the live videos, then it doesn't matter because they're going to be posted there for you to watch whenever. You can go at your own pace with this. And I'll be going live at I think 8 in the morning Pacific Standard Time for those 21 days. But there'll be replays an hour after I do it. So it doesn't matter if you catch it live or not, if you catch some of them but not others. But it's going to be super exciting, and I believe that so many people will attract love from this 21-day challenge, and I can't wait to get the testimonials from it and all of that. So you join by going to aarondoughty.com/love. Anyways, we'll get into the rest of this episode right now. So the first thing that you need to do to attract love, that I had to do to attract love, is I had to let go of my exes. And mainly, there was a certain story and a narrative that I built around one of my exes who I'm still great friends with. And it was a very deep relationship that brought up so much stuff. I think both of our relationships with me and my ex, we had a very powerful relationship, and it brought up so much of our own childhood trauma stuff. And we were for sure trauma bonded. And what I noticed with that trauma bond is, and just in general, was it brought up a lot of the old patterns. And I realized one day, actually not that long ago, I was talking to my friend Victor, and I had this strong realization that it was a very clear reflection of my own energy pattern from my own mom. That was a game changer. I hope you guys enjoyed that little segment from my podcast called the Aaron Doughty Podcast. If you want to listen to the rest of that episode, click the link below. You'll see it on iTunes and Spotify. You can download episodes. It's so easy to listen to. You can do it while you're working out, while you're driving. It's so convenient. And that's where new episodes go live every Tuesday and Thursday, every single week. I have guests coming on the podcast. I have solo episodes, and we go really deep. This is really a place where I get very personable and I share more about things I'm thinking of. I share my top book insights, and you can check it out and subscribe below, and you will see it there. So iTunes, Spotify, listen to the rest of the episode below as well. And I hope you guys enjoyed. And as always, I'll see you guys on the next episode. Peace, much love, and namaste.